Good morning, my friends. I haven't hopped on to do a live for a while, so I thought I would hop on. I am getting ready to go to the farmer's market, the downtown Des Moines farmer's market. I've heard that it's crazy. Like, I already know it was big. I try to go there like once a month, but I've heard on the radio they expanded, and then someone went there like last week or something, and they said it was so busy. But it's okay because it's just me and my friend. I'm struggling with my necklace, and I don't have to worry about kids or anything like that. So that's good. I'm just putting on my jewelry quick, and then I wanted to show you what I'm doing for just a really light. I don't know if I like these earrings with this. I don't know. It's a little too much. Okay, I gotta find different earrings, but I'll do that later. Okay, so what I'm doing for just like a lighter day, I'm gonna start out with a tinted moisturizer, or let me see, what is it called? They call it a BB cream. It does have SPF in it, which is also something I do like. I do like to start with this if I know I'm going to be outside. Good morning, Pamela. If you're watching this in replay, say hi so I know you caught it too. So this is what I'm going to start out with, because then I have a little bit of sun protection, but it's also light and I think it's just good. Like, I know I'm going to have my sunglasses on, and so I like this just kind of as a base. But this is also, it's almost like a color corrector for me. So then I don't have to, let me find my brush. I don't put down like my color corrector from Saint then. Like lately I've been using Hazel. So I just use this instead of my Hazel to color correct all my redness. So this doesn't color correct as well as my foundation as the Hazel one. But what are you up to this weekend? So for a while when I've used this, I was using my hands, but then I hated it because it got all over my fingers, and then I'd always have to like get up and go wash my hands, and I didn't love it. But I also don't love it like in my brush, but I find that applying it has been so much better. It's less messy. I am not a messy person, so this was a lot better. I was like, I just need to clean my brushes more. So this stuff really just rubs in like a sunscreen. You guys, I really, really want Saint to come out with something like this, like a SPF tinted moisturizer. I think it would be so good. Maybe if we all just emailed into Saint and said, we need the tinted moisturizer in that bottle that I absolutely love, that the hand cream is in. That's what I've been like thinking we need. But do you see how that just evened out my skin tone? Sometimes like I went to the pool just wearing this because it just covers up a little bit of my redness, because like that's the only thing I just don't love. I'm just a little self-conscious with my redness, and I do go out in public with it. It's fine. But it always feels better to feel more confident in your skin. So that's one reason I love wearing my makeup. So I'm just going to put a little lip oil on. I will be carrying my lip whip around. That is what I've been putting on 24/7 throughout the day at work. So it's in my purse. Oh my goodness, a busy day. Oldest birthday party. Now that's the one, is that the one you just got a necklace for? Because that was the cutest little charm necklace. Made me want to make another charm necklace. And nephew's graduation party is so exciting. So fun. Have a great day. I think it's going to start getting hotter and hotter these next few days. So now the next thing I do is grab I'm getting low on a bunch of my tins, so I actually prefer just to pull the tin out so that I don't like get into other colors around it. So this is Xanadu bronzer. Any of the bronzers would be great. I like Bella and Xanadu for the best, or are my favorite. And so I'm just going to go in and do bronzer as like my contour and my bronzer. and just give myself a little bit of shape, and then also just a little bit of glow and tan. I just love our bronzers because they look so natural. Like, it just looks like a natural tan when I put this on. It doesn't look orangey, nothing like that. And then I always bring it down on my neck. Oh, you have your oldest, I forgot you have a son that's older. I keep forgetting that. Oh my goodness. What are his plans for after graduation? Or I mean, your nephew's plans for graduation, after graduation, do you know? I think it's always fun to hear. I feel like college isn't just an automatic thing nowadays. Especially like there's so many like trade schools. We were just talking about this at work yesterday. Like, definitely working in a school that, like, yes, you talk about college and higher education is important, but there's those like trade schools, the community colleges, those apprenticeships. There's some of those like technical, like really specific. I mean, I just think that those are really important jobs too. So yeah, we were just talking about that at work yesterday. That's what happens when you work with a lot of educators. Hi, he's coming down by me. Yay. Is he doing agriculture stuff? I know that's really big down here at Ames. I'm pretty sure it's agriculture, but there's a couple other things that they're known for. And now all I'm going to do, I won't have to go in with any of my main highlight shade, but I do just a little bit right here because the BB cream doesn't completely mask my redness. So I just go in really, really lightly. Look at, I have a new tin. And I just kind of brush that in a little bit. I'm like barely using any product, just to hit those spots that I want a little bit more coverage, and then a little bit of my nose just to kind of blend it out. And that's it. And I don't that's it. So it just really kind of covers everything, gives me a little bit of a, just coverage. So I feel more confident. Okay, so let's add just a little bit of a blush. I'm wearing green, black. I don't feel like I need to stand out too much. You know what? I think green and purple, those are like really complementary colors. So black cherry. Oh yes, John Deere, yeah. Engineering, yes. Apprenticeship with John Deere. Is there some big John Deere plants in Minnesota too? So Brian, my husband, worked for John Deere for a couple of years. It was a great company to work with. However, agriculture business, I'm sure you know, is always like ebbs and flows. Is that the term? And so there was like layoffs sometimes, but he learned how to weld. They like sent him to like classes to learn to weld, and then you get paid well, obviously, for that job. But he did welding on like cotton pickers and then something else. But this was like when Cecilia was born. He was laid off, and they basically said, you're going to have to start looking for another job, because they have callback rights for like a year. And then they were like, it's not looking good. You're probably not going to get called back. So that's when he found the job he currently is in, and that's been a blessing. But really being laid off, you know, it's one of those things that in the moment, it feels terrible. You're like, oh my gosh, you're getting laid off. We just had a baby. But in hindsight, it was a blessing in disguise. Okay, now this is a really crucial thing that I like to do. I know I'm going to wear sunglasses. I know it might be hot outside. I'm going to go in with my blotting. What is it called? Feather dust blotting. No, not feather blotting dust. I don't know. It's our new setting powder. I don't know why they make it so long. I'm like, feather dust, feather blotting dust. Whatever it's called. This one's going to keep my makeup still looking a little more dewy and not so matte, just because that's the look I prefer. So I'm just going to go in with, I think this is the blend blush. brush. Yeah, so it was a blessing in disguise because Cecilia would wake up in the middle of the night all the time. She was a handful, and I was suffering from some depression, and it was very difficult time. And so like now in hindsight, we're like, you know, God was blessing us in that moment. It might have seemed tough, but like we needed it. So postpartum depression is no joke. And it was really nice to have my husband home with me. So I just put that on my T-zone. I just kind of push it in. But do you see how my face still looks kind of glowy? I just like that. And so that will be good. I might go in with just a little extra like right there because I know I'm going to have sunglasses on. Okay. Guys, I feel like my nose like broke, but I'm pretty sure there is like a little pimple that's trying to push through. I hate those ones. They're so annoying. Feather Bloody Dust I'm using right now. Oh my gosh. Isn't that, why is it so hard? I was like, I don't know what it's called. St. James dealership. Okay. Nice. Awesome. Good for him. It's awesome when like, you know, just out of high school, you can find a good job like that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just a quick something on my eyes. And I'm probably just going to pick a color. And you guys, I rarely just do one color on my lid because I'm like, oh, I think I need to add this color. I need to add another one. But I do need to get going. So what color? Let me find something. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot about all these pressed powders. Like, I never play with them. Look at all those fun colors. I need to play with those more. Tell me if you want to see more about these pressed powders, all those fun colors, comment pressed powders, because that will give me a good reminder to be like, yes, I need to do that. Oh, I think this one, I just had someone restash. Maybe it was my aunt, Foxy. I'm pretty sure it was my aunt. She ordered Foxy, and I was like, that is such a good one. So this is Foxy. She is a good one for a one and done eye color. Just a really pretty kind of bronzy brown gold. Some other ones are hot chocolate, obviously. That's one of my favorites. You guys, I've been not wearing my hot chocolate that often because it's so down in the tin that like with my nails, I can't get into it very well. And I don't like using my, I don't like using brushes because it doesn't pick up the glitter that well, like the shimmer. But this one will be fine. See, part of me goes, oh, I need another like definition color. I might get a brush just to blend it out a little more. But these shimmers are just so pretty. Just put them on and with your finger and call it good. With my finger off. Angel's Landing, Stay Golden, and Labyrinth. That's pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay. I'm so looking forward to going to the farmer's market with just an adult. Usually we try to make one trip, right? And then let's do my eyeshadow. Or not eyeshadow, eyelashes. Don't forget that. Eyelashes add so much. You're going to see like how it wakes up my face just by curling and doing mascara. We try to go to the big farmer's market once a year, and I usually take my family, and then like one of the kids ends up not feeling well, or they're bored, or they want to start looking through everything so fast, or they're like, I want, and that's not fun either. But I really like to take my time. I like looking through all the vendors and like stopping at all of them and the stuff that I like. Like I like looking at the different jewelry ones or just different crafts, and my kids could care less about that. So I was talking to a coworker of mine, a couple of coworkers actually, and they're like, yeah, like you just need to go. Like I like to do that. So that is why my friend and I are going to the farmer's market today. Look at that. I am using Lash Leather. You guys, I have preached and preached. I love Lash Velvet. Mine's like empty. And I had my other two mascaras from Saint left. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start using them up because I don't like wasting things. And I've been really, really liking Lash Leather a lot lately. I've been able to kind of, with the second coat, build it up more like the Lash, velvet, like lash velvet. Because that was the only thing I wasn't loving about lash leather, is I wasn't getting the same volume like I was with lash velvet. But this leather one, I think I like didn't give it enough to chance. The only thing that I'm still trying to figure out is the best way of removing it. So it comes off, it has those little polymers. That's why it's a tubing mascara. And it comes off interesting. It really comes off interesting. And like you can see when it comes off like with, I feel like I have to scrub it more than other mascaras. So I'm not saying like come off, like I don't have any issues with any of these mascaras like bleeding during the day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying like getting off at the end of the day. None of them are considered waterproof, but I feel like this lash leather stuff is kind of waterproof. And so even when I use like an eye makeup remover, it still stays on pretty well. So I think it's like supposed to be water-based actually to remove it. But I know my Saint cleanser really takes it off well, but it comes off in like little, just like little tubes. And so it's just a little different than I'm used to, instead of it just coming off like panda eyes and then just wiping them, you know? So if anyone has a tubing mascara tip on like, how do you remove it? Like, is there an easier way than what I'm doing? I don't know. It feels weird when I do remove it, but I do really like, if you like tubing mascaras, I have really been actually really liking it. I surprised myself with it. I thought I saw an eyelash on there, but I do two layers. What, Pamela, you've tried, which mascara have you been trying out? I think I could be wrong, but I thought you got one. I know a couple people like mixing. My friend Heidi, she likes, and my friend Christy, they mix mascaras. They do this one and the leather. No, this is leather and velvet. They mix the two. I still haven't done it. I feel nervous about mixing. I don't know why. Makes me nervous. But I do really like how my lashes don't really clump together. And they have really pretty good definition. But I think they still look good with this lash leather. I think the velvet is still my favorite, but I am actually liking this one. But there we go. Velvet. Okay. That one I like. I just love the volume I get with that. And I'm just letting my hair air dry today. And I have a clippy to put in when I start getting hot. Or that's annoying. But there. That's my really light makeup. Gives me good coverage, but it's very, very light. And I have that good setting powder. So hopefully it will just look nice the rest of the morning. So thanks for hopping on with me. I'm going to head out and go pick up my friend. Bye.